Republicans are dialing up the conspiracy theories about Taylor Swift, following a report the Biden campaign is courting her endorsement. Now, in a piece on Monday, the New York Times wrote that Swift's name was on an endorsement wish list drafted by Biden aides.
Obviously.
Well, yeah. Wouldn't you want Taylor Swift to endorse you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this prompted a wave of outrage from the far right-wing voices, many of them already critical of Swift for her previous endorsement of Democrats and for her public relationship with Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce, who is a vaccine supporter. Oh my God.
I kind of have a problem, though, with the hardcore Taylor Swift fans. This is a little bit what idolatry, I think, looks like, and you're not supposed to do that. In fact, if you look it up in the Bible, it's a sin.
The Pentagon PSYOP unit pitched NATO on turning Taylor Swift into an asset.
She's the perfect vehicle to go to those low propensity white liberal women. We can do this as well. We don't have a Taylor Swift on our side, but you know who we have? We have Kid Rock, we have Ted Nugent, we have influencers, right? We have all these people, John Voight.
She's going, let's effing go. If I heard that and my son was dating a girl who has a mouth like a Teamster, that's it.
We both said that we were cheering for the opposite team, the Ravens, to beat out the Chiefs, just because we have had enough of Taylor Swift.
The first guy saying this is really bad. It's idolatry.
It's idolatry.
Can you imagine
irony.
The MAGA heads are absolutely melting down over Taylor Swift and her relationship with star tight end for the Chiefs, Travis Kelce. I'm Suri Crowe, and you're watching the MeidasTouch Network. That anti-Taylor hysteria is only going to increase as we head to this next Super Bowl. The right-wing Tay-hate has been going on for some time now. Ever since Republicans realized they couldn't control this global female, and that's the operative word, global female superstar, the hit was on. And when she dared to date a superstar NFL athlete, well, that was simply too much for them to take.
She shouldn't be liberal. She should be a total conservative, given everything.
The Pentagon PSYOP unit pitched NATO on turning Taylor Swift into an asset.
Yesterday, she flew private from New York City to Baltimore. Yet she constantly talks about climate change. So just please don't believe everything Taylor Swift says. We're all begging you.
I think she should just stick to her singing and let her love life be what it is.
The New York Times just speculated she's a lesbian.
A new poll shows 18% of voters are likely to vote for whichever candidate Taylor Swift endorses.
Biden effectively has Taylor Swift as his VP.
A single post of hers led to 35,000 new registrants. That's arguably more power than the president.
She's sharing links. And her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, sponsored by Pfizer.
What's her stance on policy, economic policy, foreign policy?
I don't think that'll be.
So don't get involved. Don't get involved in politics. We don't want to see you there.
My gosh, Janine Pirro is slurring so much. I cannot really understand her. Janine, I think you might need to dial down the strength in your T. The irony is only now, after our planet has surpassed scientists' worst predictions about the climate crisis, does Fox suddenly care about carbon emissions. They are not a serious information outlet, and what they and other right-wing extremist outlets are doing is dangerous. They're spinning lies about a powerful woman, and make no mistake, the Taylor rage is 100% rooted in misogyny. They hate women, and who better to focus their hate on than Taylor Swift, a global superstar who has generated the equivalent brand value, get this, of $331.5 million for the Chiefs and the NFL. She did that in not even a whole season. We're not even to the Super Bowl yet. Just her presence alone at Chiefs games led the NFL to its highest regular season viewership for women ever. And that terrifies MAGA. So now they're coming out with insane conspiracy theories that Taylor is a psyop for the Pentagon, that she and Travis are in a fake relationship, I can't even say this seriously, intended to brainwash women into supporting President Biden's re-election campaign. And as part of this psyop that the Chiefs, who by the way have been to the last 4 of 5 Super Bowls, rigged their appearance in this next one, also that Taylor and Travis could appear at halftime and announce their support for President Biden's re-election campaign. I mean, It is just crazy on its face, but the MAGA cult believes this stuff. And as this tweet reads, and this is why Fox News is going after her as hard as they are, because all she has to say is, I support Joe Biden during the Super Bowl, and it's game over. By the way, to be clear, Taylor Swift does not like the attention given to her during Chiefs games. She's there to support her man, and she's not asking for any type of attention. So that aside, but even if she did make an announcement at the Super Bowl halftime, good for her. I support her. She should be able to do whatever she wants.
Indicators and warnings right now are going off the charts. That of course she came out as a Democrat in 2020. She attacked Marsha Blackburn in 2018. She's driven out voters using her social media presence in the past, and so it really seems like all the indicators are going. And then of course take my word for it. The New York Times has already said that the Biden administration is working on what they call the Taylor strategy. So again, it's not about her as a person. It's about the machine that's around her and how they can use the power of her celebrity.
What a complete and total clown. The indicators and warnings. Are you listening to yourself, Jack? You're ridiculous. Furthermore, Taylor Swift is self-made. She built her billion-dollar empire on her own. Taylor Swift makes decisions about her own life, her own politics, and her own career. When Scooter Braun bought her original music rights, she began re-recording every single one of her albums under her own copyrights. That is a gangsta move. So she doesn't need anyone, especially men, telling her how to do anything. In particular, she doesn't need men and women who worship an orange cult leader who squandered $600 million of money that he inherited from daddy and bankrupted every business he put his tiny little orange hands on. The audacity of people giving Taylor Swift advice is hilarious. But more importantly, it's misogynistic. Women have brains. We can make decisions on our own. And it's no more evident than in the MAGA Republican Party how when any woman stands up against their agenda of hate and oppression, she then becomes their enemy number one. Take a look at this photo of just a few of the powerful women that MAGA and the right-wing extremists have targeted. And one of those women, Republican Liz Cheney, is now trolling them. She tweeted, quote, Taylor Swift is a national treasure. I love it. Go Liz. This attack on Taylor Swift matters because she represents all of us women. Women who have lost our rights under the Republican regime and under an extremist far-right court that has stripped us away of bodily autonomy and health care. And for all of those Brads and Chads who are sitting behind their keyboards spewing rage at Taylor Swift, this is the message that you're sending to your families. Your daughters are watching you hate Taylor Swift for supporting her boyfriend and hearing you complain about her taking 60 seconds of airtime, which again, she doesn't ask for, out of a 3-hour game. What your daughters are hearing is be smaller, be less. Yesterday, Misogynist Newsmax host Eric Balling called Taylor a, quote, useful idiot. I'm just going to reiterate that Taylor Swift is a creative genius and a superior businesswoman. So there's that, Eric. Jealous much?
Hey, Donald Trump is insecure about how famous he is, and whenever there's anybody who's more famous or gets on the cover of Time magazine, he gets mad. That's, and the sun rises in the east and sets in the west.
Court will be in session today, somewhere.
Well, wait, the 31, it's the 31st, right?
Yeah.
I do think it's a
the judge had
distraction.
said he would have the decision that it's not firm. He doesn't have to give.
Which one is this?
This is
immunity.
Which one is this?
Civil case.
No, this is
Which one is this?
250 million.
Civil case in New York. The judge. There's nothing that says the judge has to decide today, but he's kept every other
Which
deadline
one?
he's imposed.
Which one?
This is the civil case in New York.
It's a
This
fraud.
case.
I like it when Mika asks
You
the question.
wonder
Which
why
one
they
is
would
this?
wanna-
Which judge? I can't.
My point is exactly why they want to
it's
talk about Taylor Swift and make up this fake stuff.
I know.
Because honestly, folks on Fox News and all those other networks there, they can't talk about E. Jean Carroll. They won't cover it. If they do, it's a glancing mention. They can't talk about the legal woes facing this former president because it messes up their entire money-making narrative.
Well, I mean,
so they have to go after Taylor Swift.
Bingo. And that's it. Mika nails it. It's the right-wing game of deflect. Look at that shiny thing. Just don't look at us and what Donald Trump is doing in his many court cases. And I just have to say this. At a table full of men, Mika Brzezinski consistently just unloads truth bombs all of the time. No shade to her male co-hosts. I like all of them. But I'm just saying that independent women who speak their minds rock. And that, my friends, is exactly the message that the MAGA haters don't want us to recognize, that women have worth, that we have equal value. So, Super Bowl 58, are you ready for it? Boom, boom, boom. I sure am. I'm Suri Crowe, and you are watching the MeidasTouch Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you back here very soon. And go Chiefs, and peace.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.